day just gets worse.
Hey,
and
my
worse.
friend. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yes, sir. Good to
How
see
you
you.
doing?
I'm doing well.
All
Can't
right.
complain. Cannot complain.
Shuffling around.
Yeah, we're shuffling around. Are we
Trying not to
shuffling
be in
decks
the
a little
way.
bit?
I try not to be in the way.
How you been, man?
I've been well.
Of course, I keep up with you through Jim Gray, so I
Yeah.
ask him, yeah, how you doing and stuff.
Staying
These kids are
busy.
good.
Well, it looks like you got a good group.
Yeah, we don't have as many.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
down a little. Yeah, we're down a little.
Said,
Hey, what's up, Gary? You doing all right?
Hey.
Good,
How
good.
are
You're
you?
looking good.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Hey.
How do do that?
Yeah.
That's my card. That's my pen.
Thank you so much.
Let me move this real quick. Move it over here. Up a little bit.
I like the dress skirt. I still have some in my closet.
Yeah,
I need to get them loosened out, you know.
I am
but
proud I can still get in mine. Just barely, but I get in. Work, isn't it?
Well, sometimes.
I keep up with you. You're doing great. I
Ooh,
appreciate
Lord.
it. Yeah.
Hey, where's my? Where you want us,
anywhere
Gary?
you want to sit.
Anywhere we want to
We
sit.
got us 1, 2, 3, 4
Okay.
in our first 4 seats. So if you want to sit there, and
What do you have?
Anywhere I can stretch my legs.
So what do you have?
if you want to sit right there, that'd be fine. And then I'll be right here.
Okay.
Or
However you want.
she's got to take the read.
Yes.
Well, no, that'd be all right for you to stay there because you've got to get the read from
You
there.
gotta go get it in.
Take it.
Come through. You
And
be all right.
we'll
I'll
get out of
move
your
my
way.
legs.
We're not going to trip you.
I'll move my legs, yeah.
Just don't. I'm not a graceful faller. But I saw one lady fall. I mean, and she fell so gracefully. We helped her up, and we just cracked up laughing. And we talked about it.
I gotta figure out. I gotta get this.
It's okay. She's gonna keep me in check. I told her, hey, we got it. We got it. We got this. We got this.
We'll maintain.
Do you see the colors on the
Yeah,
green?
Black is the red.
That was, that's the 4 pillars. And the American Legion stand up, and my motto, either take the flag.
I like that.
Yeah, I gotta get them. I didn't bring enough of them in. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's all right. Keep on going.
But
Get
just,
rid of it.
Either change or try again. I like that.
Yeah.
no, wait till you hear him. And she's really good. She's singing in Australia.
That's how I found that your number. He was just about to go into a meeting and he called and somebody else walked in and he said,
they're in Putnam County. I can tell you that much. They're in Putnam County. And after that,
We're good, right? We're all good, right? Everybody's here? Okay, good. Yeah.
And even if it was, you just pretend like it is.
I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this.
yeah, me neither. And it's 33 years for me. I don't remember.
I remember when I was young. I remember watching this, and I was just like, I don't know how they do it. Especially you, because if you were the first, my year was your first.
This is my first year.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was.
They're so small.
Okay.
Well, we will. Okay, we'll take care of it after tonight. I want everybody out front.
So are they
So
good?
they
then?
move. Everybody's
Before
here.
I go?
Everybody's here.
Okay.
Okay, we ready? We ready? You guys ready? All right. The ringing of the bell signifies the beginning of the 78th Tennessee Boys State program. I'm going to ask each of you please to rise and remain standing after the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led here by Director Mark Burnett.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now I want to introduce to you a graduating senior as of yesterday from Cookeville High School, Miss Emma Schote. She is the daughter of Stacy and Michael Schote. She will be performing the national anthem for us tonight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, you may be seated. Resolution 288, adopted at the 67th National Convention, calls for designating a POW MIA empty chair at all official meetings of the American Legion as a physical symbol of those thousands of American POW MIA still unaccounted for from World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Accordingly, at this time, American Legion Adjutant General Dean Tuttle will place the POW-MIA flag on the empty chair as a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity, the reputation of the remains of those who died bravely in defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. Thank you, Adjutant. Our speaker tonight is Chaplain Charles W. McCaskey, Colonel Charles W. McCaskey, who served as an Army chaplain for just over 34 years. At the time of his retirement in 2002, he held the rank of colonel and was the state of Tennessee chaplain overseeing the ministry of some 13,000 Army troops. He also served on the Army Chief Chaplain's Reserve Advisory Council in Washington, D.C. Please welcome Colonel McCaskey.
Hey guys, I want to welcome you to Cookeville, Tennessee, and I want to welcome you to Tennessee Technological University. Some of you, a lot of you, I hope, after you matriculate next year, will come to Tennessee Tech for your education. I can assure you it is a class school and a place to spend your time. You will enjoy your time here, and we are glad to have you here in the city of Cookeville. 34 years I put this uniform on to minister to Army troops. All of the branches of service have chaplains, with the exception of the Marine Corps, whose chaplains come from the Navy, so that a chaplain in my position deals with generals and privates. I was able to minister to all of the men and women in my command and to share with them. Next Monday, a week from this coming Monday, we will celebrate Memorial Day. There are 2 days, and I want you to remember this because so many people get it mixed up. There are 2 days in which the military is celebrated in our nation. The first is November the 11th. It's called Armistice Day because it was on November the 11th at 11 o'clock that the peace treaty was signed ending World War I. So we celebrate on November the 11th and honor all who wear the military uniform. However, on the fourth Monday of May every year, it is designated as Memorial Day, a day to remember and to celebrate those in the military who died that you could attend Boys State at Tennessee Tech, who died that you can go to school of your choice, who died that you can vote in the next election as soon as you reach the age when you are able to vote, who died that you can drive up and down the highways of Tennessee, hopefully abiding by the speed limit, and you can share in living in this great country of ours, who died that you can go to the church of your choice or not go to church if you choose not to. Thousands and thousands of military personnel have given their life so that you can participate in events like this. My whole life has been spent watching us at war. We are still at war. I could tell you about different wars and the number of people who died, but the one that gave rise to Memorial Day was what we called the Civil War. Now listen to this. In the Civil War, 500,000 troops died. That's 500,000 troops, Northern and Southern Americans, died in that war that was fought between 1860 and 1865. 500,000. Now you begin to multiply that by World War I, World War II, the Korean conflict, the Vietnam conflict, the trauma and combat that is going on in the Middle East at this time. That means something for you. Think about it. Some of you will raise your hand and swear allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and be accessed into the military of your choice. When I was growing up, it's been a long time, you didn't make that choice. They made it for you. It was called an inscription, or maybe you know it better as the draft. At this time, we do not engage in an inscription, so when you graduate from high school, you may or may not enter the military. As one who served 34 years, I can tell you it's been good to me. And there are some reasons for that. Let me give you just a little bit of my own background. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Boomer Sooner. And so I care about my football team, but also I care about the state I come from. I am 1/4 Choctaw Cherokee Indian. That means that I am officially an American Indian. 34 years in the military. Why would I do that? Number one, I love my country. I love my country. I have never missed voting in an election. I have some very serious political commitments that are mine. I don't, because I'm a minister in a community, I'm not always able to share those, but I vote. I help select those people. I serve on committees in my community. But most of all, I wear a uniform that signifies that I served in the military of the United States, the U.S. Army. We have a saying, duty, country, and order, and we believe in that in the military. Hopefully one day you will be able to either congratulate or become a part of that military. Some of your fathers, some of your mothers, some of your brothers, some of your sisters have served in the military. Perhaps even in your family there have been those who have given the ultimate sacrifice. And that's what I want to take just a minute to share with you. If you do not respect those who have given their lives, shame on you. Shame on you. Men and women have marched off to strange sounding places to engage in combat so that you can have freedom. Every day, listen to this. Listen, this one blows my mind. Every day, 22 military veterans commit suicide. Why? Because they have engaged in conflict and war, and it impresses you, it weighs heavy on you. Why do they continue to do it? Why do young men and women from Tennessee and New York and California and Oklahoma raise their hand and become accessed into the military? Because they love their country. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. You have freedom, not because you've earned it, but because somebody else earned it for you. Somebody else paid the price. And so this evening, as we begin Boys State, I want you to remember those men and women who have paid the price that you can have this freedom. And when you walk out of here, when you go to sleep tonight, when you eat breakfast tomorrow, when you are in another class learning about your country and learning how it operates, you remember somebody made it possible for you to be here. God bless America. God bless every one of you. You are free, and you will be free because of those who have paid the price. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel. Thank you for those inspiring words. At this time, it is my honor to introduce to you the state commander, Miss Nancy Harper. She is going to be placing a wreath underneath the flag, and she does that in honor, as the colonel just spoke to you about, in honor of those who have came before and paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we may enjoy the freedoms of this country. Commander. We're now going to close the memorial service, but I'm going to ask the colonel to please, if he doesn't mind, if you would, we can end with a prayer.
I share with you an ecumenical benediction from the Psalms. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you peace, now and forevermore. Amen and amen.
All right, thank you, Colonel. At this time, those that have participated in the memorial service, I'm going to go ahead. You may leave, make your exit, and then I'll ask those that are going to be part of the orientation could come forward. While we're taking this time to change out the personnel to be up here to help us, I wanted to ask you one more time, Miss Emma Schote, let's give her a round of applause. What a wonderful job. We also have some dignitaries tonight I'd like to introduce before we begin with the orientation. We have with us tonight is Judge John Maddox. Judge John Maddox was the past chairman for the last, I believe it was 35 years. He was the chairman of the Boys State program, a driving force behind it and one of the pillars and the reason for its success. So we welcome him tonight and we appreciate having him here tonight. Thank you, Judge. And as I introduced earlier, we do have the Tennessee State American Legion commander with us tonight. That's Miss Nancy Harper, and we appreciate her being here tonight. And she has brought with her a past commander of the Tennessee State American Legion, and that is Mr. George Harper. Thank you, sir. Now, I want to introduce myself. My name is Gary McKenzie, and I'm currently the state chair for the Tennessee American Legion Boys State program. I'm also a criminal court judge here in the 13th Judicial District, served as a Judge Advocate General Officer in the Tennessee Army National Guard, completed a tour of duty in Iraq in 09-010 as a member of OIF and the 194th Engineer Brigade out of Jackson, Tennessee. So that's a little about me, but I want to tell you a little about the American Legion, which is the reason you're here, the American Legion and the partnership that they have with Tennessee Tech University. It's been a wonderful partnership and a wonderful program. But the American Legion, what you need to understand about it is a lot larger, bigger, and does a lot more things than what you realize. It was founded by Congress and chartered by Congress in 1919. It has 5 million members across our country, approximate 32,000 members strong in Tennessee. It supports over 1,700 Boy Scout programs that involve over 64,000 youths. It sponsors the American Legion Oratorical Contest, which some of you will participate in this very week. That is a contest where individuals will get up and speak about the U.S. Constitution, something obviously near and dear to my heart. It also, the American Legion supports a baseball program, which you would be surprised to know that 60% of the members that graduate that baseball program end up playing in the professional ranks, one of which was one of my favorite players, a third baseman from the Atlanta Braves named Chipper Jones. Boys Nation and other programs that are sponsored by the American Legion are just many of the things that the Legion does to help both veterans, families, and communities. And so we are very fortunate to be here, and we appreciate the American Legion's support. Now, of the 49 programs, there are 49 minus Hawaii. There's 49 Boys State programs across the country, but this is the #1 program, largely because of the men and women who were committed to this program before I came. And those individuals have made it a great, great program that you're going to get to experience. Now, my job as chairman is to get speakers to have community leaders and individuals and good citizens to come forward and speak to you, to talk to you about your position as future leaders of the state of Tennessee. You're going to hear from individuals such as Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally. He will be here to speak with you this week. You're also going to hear from the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Tennessee, Mr. Jeff Bivens. He will be the keynote speaker in the inaugural ceremony. But you are also going to sit in this very room and you will see the Tennessee Supreme Court set on this very stage, and they will hear arguments in 2 cases. These will be actual cases that are in front of them, and their decision that they make on it will affect the law in the state of Tennessee. And that is part of the SCALES program, which is a wonderful program that the Supreme Court continues to do, and we certainly appreciate their partnership. You're also going to hear from Major General Max Haston. He is the head of the Tennessee Army National Guard. He will come in and speak to you about service. And I can't think of a finer individual to give you that speech as well. I served under General Haston whenever I was deployed. There are several other presenters that you're going to hear from as well this week. Judge John Maddox, that I introduced earlier, will be here to speak to you. You're going to hear from State Senator Paul Bailey. You're going to hear from some local leaders. The Putnam County Executive, Randy Porter, will be here to talk to you about county and local problems, as well as Cookeville City Mayor Ricky Shelton will be here to speak with you as well. 20 different judges and local attorneys are going to take their time out of their busy days and their work schedule to come in here and teach you at individual classes that you will have, so that whenever you sit and you hear the Supreme Court arguments, you'll be able to recognize the issues that the Supreme Court will be dealing with. You will also have a chance to participate in the band. The Boys State Band is an extremely proud tradition. And let me tell you, Dr. Eric Harris absolutely puts together one of the finest bands, and how he does it in a week, I have no idea, but it is an amazing tradition that we have. Also, at this website, www.tennesseeboystate.org, we have live streaming. Your parents, loved ones back home will be able to log on when any of these speakers or any of these events are happening. They can live stream, some of them possibly live streaming right now. Now, you are here because somebody somewhere in your life from your hometown believes in you. Somebody somewhere from your county or town that you come from believes that you are a future leader of this state. And I can think of no time than now that our country needs those types of leaders and our state needs those types of leaders. Statesmen is the word that I like to use. And judges, representatives, senators, governors have sat in the seat that you are sitting now. You are the future of the state of Tennessee and the future of our country. And so I ask you and I challenge you this week to get out of your comfort zone. Make friends. These are friends you will make that will last a lifetime. Run for office. Push yourself this week. This is your opportunity to learn and develop your leadership skills so that when you walk out of this program, you can go forward and become the future of our state. Now, at this time, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Mark Burnett, and he's going to give you a welcome on behalf of Tennessee Tech University. Mr. Burnett.
Well, good evening. First, giving honor to God, it's a pleasure to be here for my 33rd year here with the American Legion Boys State Program. In 1976, I was an alternate from Blount County, from Alcoa High School, and I did not get to come to the Boys State Program in 1976. In 1977, I came as a student athlete from Alcoa, played basketball here, and have been here ever since. I've been at Tennessee Tech all but 6 months since 1977 when I first arrived as a freshman. In 1984, I started working with the American Legion Boys State Program. I was a senior counselor for what was Clement City, what is now Kane City. I was the senior counselor for several years. I've held every position at the American Legion Boys State Program except for junior counselor. I've had pretty much every position. It is something that I value. I pray that you will value your experience here. As I said this afternoon to you, if you're thinking for any reason about going home, unless you're injured or you have family that are ill or something that is a major catastrophe in your life, you need to stay here the entire week and reap the benefit of this program. You will never experience anything like it again in your life. I assure you of that. We have wonderful staff that I'll introduce to you a little bit later from here at Tennessee Tech University. On behalf of our president, Dr. Philip Oldham, and the Tennessee Tech community, I welcome you here, and I look forward to working with you the rest of the week. Thank you.
We also have with us tonight Mr. George Halford, who is the CEO and president of our local Chamber of Commerce. He has done a wonderful job here at Cookeville and helped with an unprecedented economic growth, and we are really blessed to have him in our community. Mr. Halford.
Welcome. We're glad to have you here. I was driving down tonight and doing a little reminiscing. I've been doing this not 33 years, but 14 years, the 14 years I've been here. In 2003, my wife and I dropped off our son, Zachary. Somewhere in this crowd, there's Rossview High School from Clarksville, Tennessee. I see somebody wave. Rossview had just opened. We were in Clarksville before moving here. Our son was a Boys State delegate. We were so proud. What a great experience. Little did I know that 1 year later that I would be here in Cookeville as the chamber president welcoming Boys State, and I'll be seeing you next Saturday at the graduation on the stage. But if our son were here tonight, he would tell you one of the most meaningful experiences of his life was Boys State. Tennessee is a very broad and diverse state. There's 95 counties. It's 600 miles from Mountain City to Memphis. Rarely does a group of people have an opportunity to communicate, develop relationships that you're going to have this week. So I remember, Judge Maddox, we were talking a little earlier this evening, and you reminded me that Senator and former Governor Lamar Alexander has often commented that one of the seeds, the first time a seed was planted for him to be governor of this state was at Boys State, when then Governor Frank Clement said that, and it's true. If we could, the list of leaders in our state in the public and private sector, they would attribute themselves to Boys State. So what a great opportunity to have fun, learn, great opportunity to network. So on behalf of the 850 member firms of our chamber, who employ about 16,000 people in the Upper Cumberland, again, welcome and enjoy yourself, but what a great opportunity. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Thank you very much.
Okay, at this time, I have a former Chief Justice of Boys State, Mr. Nathan Longfellow. I'm going to ask him to come forward, and he is going to swear you in and give you the oath of the delegates. So if you would. Have him rise.
Please stand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. As a delegate to American Legion Boys State, I promise to fulfill all my duties of my position, comply with all regulations of the program, conduct myself in any campaign in which I am involved, in a gentlemanly manner, uphold the Constitution of the United States, and the state of Tennessee, treat with respect and dignity all past and present delegates to Boys State, and the certificate signifying completion of the Boys State program. Congratulations. Be seated.
All right, congratulations. At this time, I'm going to excuse the dignitaries that are here with us tonight as we get into the nuts and bolts of the orientation ceremony. So we certainly appreciate them joining us. And as they make their way, as Mr. Hoffer makes his way down, I'm going to, at this time, turn it over to Mr. Mark Burnett again. He'll start the orientation and staff introductions.
Well, good evening again. You guys will certainly see me a lot this week, but I won't talk as much. We're going to introduce our staff. We're one of the few Boys State programs in America that our staff is in-house. That's what makes us one of the best programs in the country. And so at this time, I'm going to introduce our junior and senior counselors and our athletics and headquarters staff. All of the people who work with you guys all during this week, all of the people who make it the successful program that it is. So beginning with Kane City, I'll introduce first Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Peterson, Senior Counselor, and Andrew Bynum, Wyatt Mayberry, Junior Counselor. Junior Counselors. Okay, hold on a second. We have a tradition. One, they have to come down front, and they know it. And two, when it's your city, you should make some noise, okay? One of the few times we'll let you make some noise. So I'm going to do it again. We're going to back up, and we're going to do it again. And so we have Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Peterson, we have Andrew Bynum, and we have Wyatt Mayberry. All right. Hammer City. We have a gentleman with a promotion. We have Major Newell Roth, Senior Counselor, and we have Junior Counselors Cameron Carroll and Brian Schreiber. Crider City, we have Dr. Robert Owens. And we have junior counselors Lee Porter and McKellen Gonzalez. LaHare City, we have Master Sergeant Craig Wallace, senior counselor. We have Elijah Sandoval and Christopher Carey, junior counselors. Levi City, we have senior counselor Major Daniel Evans and junior counselors Daniel McGee and Chase Eldridge. Loring City, we have senior counselor Staff Sergeant Ryan Birchfield and junior counselors Michael Harris and Jameson Rigsby. Maddox City. All right. Maddox City, we have Staff Sergeant Justin Birdwell, senior counselor, junior counselors Tyler Ferris and Justin Stedden. All right. McCullum City, we have Second Lieutenant Dylan Bowman as senior counselor, and we have junior counselors Zachary Rose and William Webster. Real City, we have senior counselor Harry Engel, junior counselors Andrew Wittenbarger and Joshua Cavalli. Robert City, senior counselor Bobby Adams, junior counselors Ryan Poole and Curtis Hoppener. Summit City, we have Staff Sergeant Jeremiah Barajo, junior counselors Daniel Jones and Sullivan Smith. All right. Young City, senior counselor Ron Borden, junior counselors Jace Molina and Rutger Von Reiser, junior counselors. Quiet. Oh, God. Now, gentlemen, please listen. I would like for you to, in your blue books, when you have time, look and see all of these gentlemen's positions here at the university. It's a very diverse group of young men. They do a very good job for us. Just read it when you have a little time. Look at their positions and see what they do here for Tennessee Tech University, not only for Tennessee Tech, but for the American Legion. We appreciate everything that they do, especially those who served in the armed forces. We appreciate everything that they do for our country, for the cause of freedom. Athletics, we have Elliot Misfield, Athletics Director. We have Mr. Alex Callis. Alex Callis. We have Adam Neff. We have Mr. Tim Baker. We have Mr. Joseph Uhas. We have Jackson Hamblin. And we have Patrick Teasler. Our headquarters staff, a gentleman that you will see often, more often than you will see myself, standing over at headquarters, the bearded one. Mr. Steve Law, Assistant Director, American Legion Boys State. We have here Mr. Jim Gray, our Dean of Counselors. We have Mr. Tony Marable, Political Advisor. His nickname is Take Your Time, Tony. We have Mr. Ben Corda, photographer. Ben was here somewhere. We have Mr. Cody Bryant, photographer. We have Mr. Michael Akins, media. We have Mr. Jerry Keaton, assistant office manager. And I know she's here. We have Miss Karen Likens, who's our editor of the Boys Stater. We have Miss Leanne Ray from Health Services. We have Eileen Qualls, office manager. When you come into headquarters, you'll see most of these people. We have Katie Williams, assistant office manager. We have Miss Susan Henry, assistant office manager. We have Hannah O'Shields, office assistant. We have Nicole Anderson, office assistant. We have Mr. Rob Shabert, our announcer that you'll hear doing our events. We have Anaya Crocker, Boys Nation president. James Monroe Stewart, our oratorical contest director. We have our multimedia people. We have Nathan Smith, media. Right there, cameraman. We have Gary Bradford, media. We have Coy Howell, media. We have Mr. Amos Powers, audio visual, right here. And we have Dominic Hinkleman, media. For the band, as was said earlier, you will not believe what the band will be like. Those of you who will participate, we will dismiss you in a few minutes to go with this gentleman, Dr. Eric Harris, band director. Mr. Matt Bimstein, assistant band director. And back. Mr. Trevor Rundle, assistant band director. Mr. Nathan Jacobs, assistant band director. and Mr. Ethan McDaniel, Assistant Band Director. And before I turn it over to Tony Marable, our political advisor, let me just say again, and please give them a round of applause, these people make Boys State what it is, truly. I'll now turn it over to Mr. Marable. Take your time, Tony. It says your name on it. Political advisor. Jim, you better do that.
All right, gentlemen, I am not Mr. Marable, I'm Mr. Gray. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to learn about two major components of how Boys State works. And you guys have probably all, everybody's gotten their blue book, and there's a lot of information in here, and I'm about to show you something here I think that'll simplify things quite a bit. Two major portions of Boys State are you're working in two different areas. One will be the city competition, where every one of you are going to be competing. Each one of you is a city. Will be competing for the honor and distinction of being the #1 city of Boys State. During the inauguration on Saturday, there will be a streamer, a big ceremony, noting of who the #1 city is in the entire Boys State program. There will be a streamer that will be attached to your guidon that will be permanently there for all future Boys States to see. It will stay there forever. The next area of Boys State that is so vitally important is the elections. All of you, or at least the vast majority of you, will have some sort of political office before you leave. All right, now what I want you to do right now is I want you to look at your name tag. If you have a white strip across the top of your name tag, it's not a yellow strip. Anyone that has a white strip, I want you all to stand. All right? Gentlemen, you are the Johnsonian political party. Okay? All right, have a seat. All of you who have a yellow strip across the top of your name tag, please stand. Have a seat. You are the Jacksonian political party. We sometimes refer to you as Johns and Jacks, okay? One of you is the majority political party. There are 522 of you here right now, okay? So more than likely, one of the parties has more members than the other. In the state elections, though, everybody doesn't always vote strictly by party. And we're going to be having quite a few elections over the next 2 days. In fact, our governor will be elected on Wednesday. So I want everybody to pull out your blue book. And we're going to start with the information over here. Let's look up on the screen here real quick, though. All right. American Legion Boys State, we are now our own state. We're going to have we're going to have city governments, county governments, and state governments. Again, we've identified, each one of you now is identified as a Johnsonian or a Jacksonian. Your blue book, I want you to turn to page 1 in the blue book. Okay? This describes basically the history of Boys State, the competitions between the cities, the athletic competition. Each one of you will participate in some sort of athletic event. One of your members from each city will participate in the oratorical contest that's on the top of page 2. You'll also have groups or individuals participating in the talent show and political campaigning. We're going to describe that in a few minutes on how you're going to run for elected office, or how you're going to get your group of people that are going to support you for elected office. And 2 of you will actually be going to Boys Nation, which is the most prestigious honor that any Boys Stater can receive. It's a week in Washington, and in all the years of Tennessee American Legion Boys State, we've had 2 delegates to be elected Boys Nation president, and this year's governor, Anaya Crocker, was elected Boys Nation president this year. You'll be seeing him in just a few days. All right. So again, we've got several things. Political campaigning, again, you'll be getting some information about that shortly. So go ahead, Amos. Okay. Next. All right. As you will be in formation, in the formation area, this is essentially the way the whole state looks from the front there. So we've got approximately between 41 and 48 delegates in each city. Again, you'll also be divided into 4 counties. You have 4 counties there. There are Dornum, Hildebrand, Markham, and Robinson County. I want you to turn over now in your blue book to page 6. We're going to talk about elections for just a few minutes. First thing in the morning at 8:15, each party is going to nominate a delegate to be either their mayor, their alderman. There'll be several city positions that will be going: mayor, alderman, county commissioners, state representatives. So there'll be several positions up for grabs at the city level first thing tomorrow morning. They will announce your candidacy at that time. So we'll have an election that evening. Now, at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon, if you are not on the city ballot, you cannot run for a city and a county election. In other words, if you're already running for a city office, you cannot run for a county office. So if you're going to wait until later on in the day, the county positions, again, we're going to show you those positions in just a few minutes. Then at 2:45, the state is all going to, each party is going to meet in a state party caucus, and they're going to nominate, each party is going to nominate a chairman, a vice chairman, and a secretary. Those 3 positions are going to do everything possible to get those particular party nominees at the city, county, and state level to be elected to those positions. Once you become a state party chairman or vice chairman or secretary, you are done. You're basically not going to go on to any other office. In other words, if you were thinking about using that as a platform for some other state office, you cannot do that. So we got to get some people up there that are really wonderful at motivating people to be going through these programs, okay? Now, go on to the next one. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the city competition. Turn in your blue book to the scores that you'll see on page 21. All right. Talked earlier about having that red, white, and blue streamer attached to your guide-on. These are the point totals that you will be able to amass based on the competition you do in first, second, third, fourth, or fifth place. So any of the places that, and except in table tennis and cornhole, there'll only be 3 positions there. We get 3, 2, and 1 because those are individual particular events. You can tell right here that the text category, if you place highest on the test, which is a test that you'll take later on in the week over the information in the blue book, you can amass 20 points by having the highest average test score in the city, okay? All the way down to 4 points for 5th place. Typically, between 45 and 55 points will win Boys State. Just give you a goal to shoot for. That's the number you're looking at. So again, the parade, so the marching that you're doing right now, that will be judged the morning on Saturday, and the top city that has the best look in the parade will get a black streamer that will be attached to that particular city's guide-on permanently. Okay? As you can see, the point competitions, that's how you can amass those. Every one of y'all will be helping to gain points for the city. All right, let's talk about campaigning guidelines, okay? You can make them any size or shape. There's no limit on that. We don't want you to put any kind of adhesive on any building or surface where the paint could come off or could be damaging to any of those, anythings on any buildings. Chalk can only be used on paved surfaces. Do not use any chalk on brick. We don't want any kind of destructing or defacement of anybody's opposing candidates. That's prohibited. You can get yourself disqualified from elections if we see that happening, okay? And all campaign materials must be removed immediately following the elections. Any questions on campaigning guidelines in that particular area? Okay? Now, City offices, remember, all citizens are eligible. You do not have to have a petition to run in the city election if you're running on your party's nominee. If anyone that wants to run as an independent, you will need 12 signatures of your city members to run for a city election. Whoever gets the most amount of votes wins the election. County offices, again, all citizens are eligible unless you are running for a city office. You cannot run for a city and county office at the same time. Each party will nominate one candidate from each office. You need 25 signatures to run as an independent, and plurality again wins the vote. The city and county elections will be held simultaneously tomorrow night. Okay. State offices, again, all citizens eligible. You have to turn in a petition to headquarters with 25 signatures of your particular party in order to be on the ballot. I would suggest that you get more than 25 signatures. If you do not, and one of the signatures is from some other party, you will not be on the ballot. If you look on Tuesday, May 23rd, page 7, the headquarters, the petitions are due for state primaries are due at 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. If it comes 1 second after 1 o'clock, you will not be on the ballot. You have to make sure that you've got those petitions in on time. Again, if you're going to run as an independent in any state office, whoop, just lost you. We'll get you back good. You have to have 300 signatures of the 522 members of the entire state to run as an independent for a state office. Again, plurality wins vote. Last but not least, there are 2 elections that once you win, you are done with running for office. Because many delegates will win an election and they may want to move up to another election, maybe at the state level. But if you're running for a state senate, which is a county position, or a state representative, which is a city position, and you win that election, you're completely done with running for office at Boise State. You cannot be elected or appointed to any other office, either by the governor and to be on the governor's cabinet or anything like that. That particular race, the reason why we do that is because the state senators and the state representatives will be acting on legislation that could affect other Boise states, and will give you a chance to see how they work in making and passing a law. So that's why we make that particular rule in this particular Boise state. We don't want the Senate nor the House of Representatives to change once those positions are filled. Again, these are the city government. You've got one mayor. You'll have the alderman, and the mayor and alderman do a lot of things in the city. They will make a lot of decisions, especially if a particular position that a delegate gets within the city, if they move up, then the mayor and alderman will many times have to pick someone else from the city to fill that position that other delegate previously had. Again, you've got 2 county commissioners, and again, state representatives are again part of the General Assembly. That's your final elected office. Okay? The mayor and alderman will appoint all of these positions, and each one of those positions will be able to pick its own assistant. Go ahead. In the county government, you have all of these positions available. Remember, again, if you're a senator, you have a final elected office, and again, these will all be elected at the county level. And the sheriff will appoint 4 deputies, and the chancery judge will appoint a clerk and a master. And it's anyone they want to pick. Go ahead. And in the state government, again, we have 1 governor, 5 members of the Supreme Court, 12 members of the Court of Appeals, and 12 members of the Court of Criminal Appeals. You can announce your candidacy for these positions at the state party caucus the next day after you elect a chairman, a vice chairman, and a secretary. You'll also be looking at the Jacksonian, the Johnsonian members who want to be on the all-star basketball teams that will be competing Wednesday night. And there's also a special surprise to the winning basketball team for that particular party. Okay? And again, the General Assembly, this is the people that are in the House and the Senate, will elect these three positions as well. They cannot elect one of their own. That'll be the Secretary of State, the State Treasurer, and the Comptroller of the Treasury. The governor will appoint a lot of positions, and this will all be part of the governor's cabinet. You can see these 7 positions here and several more on the next slide. All of these commissioners. So this will be something that you'll be able to say, I was Commissioner of Agriculture under the Boise State program in 2017. All of those as well. I believe there's more. Oh, I believe that's it. All right. I will be at headquarters probably every time that you need me to come by there. If there is a question that you would like me to, if you'll leave me, if I'm not there for some reason, just leave your name, cell phone number. I'll get back in touch with you and be glad you'll be seeing me around quite a bit. But this is a fun program. You've got to get involved early. Again, these elections happen very quickly. Party unity is key. It's extremely important that your party, comes together and you work as hard as you can to get your people elected. And this is actually the way the state runs. This is, like I said, we're teaching you how to put together a city government, a county, and a state government. All right. Good luck, gentlemen. The official time for campaigning has begun at this very instant. Let me hear from the Jacksonians. Let me see how about you guys are. Let me hear these Jacksonians right now. Let me hear you yell. All right, Johnsonians, can you top that? All right, guys. Good luck in your elections and have a great time at Boise State.
Okay, gentlemen, hold on. You have not been dismissed. Do not forget, you've